Anyway, let's start. Okay, we are going to discuss about the importance of time value of money today. Time value of money means every rational investor will prefer to have earlier consumption, right? And in whatever investment you prefer, you expect to have an appreciation, right? Okay, if you can invest in shares, or you can invest in debentures, or even you can invest in fixed deposits in banks. Okay, whatever be the investment scenario, as rational investors, we all expect to have an appreciation in the value. Why we prefer to have an appreciation? Because of the risk factors involved in the investment, as well as the inflation, right? Okay, that is why we all prefer to have earlier consumption. Okay, if you get the amount earlier, you can reinvest it also. Okay, that is why we prefer to have earlier consumptions. And okay, you are getting a sum today, you're getting a sum, the same sum uh, after a year or 2 years, like that. Okay, how will you compare these two values? Okay, how can you assess time value of money? How can you assess time value of money? Okay, we usually use two measures like present value and future value. What is present value? The value of money today. And future value means the value of money after a particular period. And how can you compare these two figures? Okay, either you have to convert future value to present value, or you have to convert present value to future value. And what are the techniques we adopt for this? Okay, have you heard of compounding and discounting? Compounding and discounting. What is compounding? Compounding is a process of converting present value to future value. And what is discounting? Discounting is a process of converting present value to future value. Okay. Usually, there are two types of compounding: simple compounding, as well as simple interest, as well as compound interest, right? Okay, when you convert present value to future value, okay, you consider an interest rate. That interest rate can be calculated in two ways. That is, one way of calculating it is simple interest, and the other way of doing it is compound interest. Okay, the formula for simple interest is I is equal to PNR.
Recording
What
in
is
progress.
What is P here? Present value. Can you keep in mute? Others, please keep mute. Okay, hope I am audible. Is right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'll continue. Okay, how can you convert present value to future value? That process is known as compounding. And there are two types of calculating interest rate: simple interest rate and compound interest rate. And in most of the investment calculations, we consider compound interest. Okay, I'll show you an Excel sheet. Please respond whether you're able to see this Excel sheet.
We can see.
You can
Yes,
see.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. I'll show you a few calculations. Yeah, I told you about compounding and discounting, right? What is compounding? Compounding is the process of converting present value to future value. And discounting is a reverse process, converting uh, future value to present value. Okay, you can see the formula, right? F is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. This is the process of compounding. We are converting present value to future value. And discounting is the process of converting future value to present value. And you can see here R and N, right? F is the future value, P is the present value. And what is R here? R is the rate of interest, right? And N is the number of years of compounding. So you can have an investment for 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, or more than 5 years, right? Okay, N is the number of years of compounding. And here, when from the same formula, we can derive P. This is a basic formula. F is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. And from this, we can calculate present value. Okay, we can take P from this to the left-hand side. P is equal to F divided by 1 plus. Okay, when we come to the process of discounting, we replace R with K. Okay, what is R here? R is the rate of interest.
Right.
And yeah, K is the discount rate. Okay, actually, we are discounting a future value to present value. Okay, instead of R, we use K. And what is N here? N is the number of years of compounding. I hope this formula is clear. And I'll show you a few calculations in Excel. Okay, actually, the concept of time value is very important and it has relevance with respect to the decisions of an individual as well as an organization. Okay, as an individual, you may have to plan your own investments. Okay, suppose you want to purchase a vehicle after 2 years, or you want to purchase a home or whatever asset you have to purchase, you have to plan now itself, right? You can make a plan. So the time value of money is of relevance in your personal financial decisions as well as whenever you are going to be the managers of an organization. As finance managers, you may have to take decisions of corporate, like as an organization, they may have to take an investment decision. Okay, what are the investment decisions of organizations? Where do organizations invest? Okay. There are investment opportunities like they can take up a new project, they can open up a new branch. All these are investment opportunities, right? Or an organization can plan for a modernization decision, or it can go for automation, or it can go for merger or acquisition. Whatever be the decision, that involves investment, right? Wherever investment is the time value of money is important. Okay, that is with respect to an organization. And in your personal life also, you can plan investments. Okay, so that it is of very relevance. Time value of money is very important with respect to an investment decision. Okay, let us see this example. If the interest rate is 5%, $10, $100 today is basically equal to dash 1 year from now. Okay, this is the problem. You have to find out the answer. If the interest rate is 5% and what is the present value of present value? That is $100 today is basically equal to dash 1 year from now. Okay, you have to calculate the future value, right? Okay, what and there is Excel function for this. Okay, if you do it manually, you have to apply which formula? If you do it manually, you can apply this formula. F is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. And if you are doing in Excel, you can apply the Excel function. I'll show you the Excel function. And you can prepare a table like this, present value and years, number of years that is represented as NPER, number of periods, and interest rate, future value. And you can enter the values here. Okay, what is the present value? Present value is 100. And what is the number of years of investment here? In this question, it is only 1 year of investment. And what is 5%? It is the rate of interest, right? Okay, if you invest $100 today or for 1 year at the rate of 5%, what will be its future value? Let me zoom it out so that you can see the screen. I think now it is more visible. You can see the entire table, right? And this is the Excel function. Excel function for future values, future value into, you can open up a bracket here, then you enter the rate here. What is the rate here? 5%. You can click here, then number of years, then comma PMT. PMT is applicable when the cash flow is an annuity. Do you know what is annuity? There can be two types of investment. Either you can have a lump sum investment. Lump sum investment means you are investing a huge amount or large amount once for a particular number of years. That is what is lump sum investment. Or you can plan your investment like you are investing a fixed amount or equal amount for a number of years. And that is known as annuity. Here, PMT is applicable for annuity. And type is also that this is also a part of Excel function. Type usually be either it can be 0 or 1, and that too is applicable for an annuity case investment. Yeah, this is a case of lump sum because only a one-time investment is there, no, not a regular investment. That is why uh, in this case, PMT and type will be considered as 0. Yeah, I'll type the formula here. You can see whenever you want to find future value, you can just uh, enter equal to, then FT, type FT. Whenever you type, future value FV, this function will appear here. You can click here. You double click here, then you can see the formula. You have to just identify the cell. You just click the cells properly. Okay, what is the first one you have to do? You have to select the rate. What is the rate here? 5%. Comma. What is NPR? Number of years. Comma. PMT is 0 here, right? Why PMT is 0? This is a lump sum payment, not an annuity payment. That's why it is 0. Then you can, you have to select present value, right? PV is present value. Hope you can see the formula. PV is present value. You consider one thing like whatever you want to convert, that should be in, you have to put a minus symbol before that. Here, what do you want to convert here? You have to convert present value to future value, right? That's why put a minus symbol before the present value. You put a minus symbol, then select the present value. Then again put a comma, and here type is also 0. Type is also 0. Here you type 0, then enter, close the bracket and enter. Okay, then you will get Future value is 105. Okay, if you can access to Excel, you can try it out. Hope it is clear. You just have to enter equal to, then type FV. Whenever you type FV, the formula will appear. You just double click on that, then this kind of a formula will come. You just select the cells. I hope it is clear. This is the Excel function to find out future value. Okay, you can find out future value using the formula. Which was the formula? This is the formula for finding future value. F is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. And there is an alternative way of finding future value. Okay, there are three ways. Okay, either you can do using this formula, or you can use the Excel function, or even you can use table values also available. A table values also available. You can get it from the internet, or in most of the financial management textbook, it is given as an appendix. You can use that table also. You can find in three ways. I hope the Excel function is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You invested $100 or 100 rupees or whatever it is you invested at the rate of 5% for 1 year. And what will be the future value? You will get 105, right? Okay, let us go to the next question.
Sorry, is it possible to share this sheet in the Excel sheet?
You want this sheet? Yeah, I'll share it.
Yeah, in the chat
I'll,
box or in the email, please.
sure. I'll do it. Then, yeah, I have given the explanation here. PMT is annuity. Okay, in this case, this is a lump sum payment, not an annuity. So that PMT will be 0. PMT is marked as 0, and type is also 0. Okay, then let us go to another question. If you lend a friend $50 2 years ago and the interest rate is 2%, he or she now owes you approximately how much rupees? You have lent your friend an amount of $50 2 years back, and the expected interest rate is 2%. And how much he or he owes you? Okay, how will you find this? You have to find the future value. Here, how can you do that? What is the formula? Manually, how will you do that? Manually, how will you do that? What is the formula? F is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. Or you can use the Excel function. Present values, 50 rupees. And the years of lending is 2 years at the rate of 2%. You will receive 52.02 at the end. Actually, okay. This is dollars, right? Actually, I have put it as rupees. Actually, it started with dollars. Okay, you can correct it as dollars only. Then this is the Excel function. I hope you understood this. Then let us go to another example. Which of these is the most valuable if the interest rate is 10%? You have 4 options here. You can choose one most valuable option from this. Okay, what are the options you have? 800 today, and the expected interest rate is 10%. $1,000 3 years from now, $2,000 10 years from now, and $3,000 20 years from now. Which one will you prefer? Which one will you choose from this? How will you take a decision? These are the 4 options before you. Either you can choose $800 today, or you can opt for $1,000 3 years from now, or $2,000 10 years from now, or $3,000 20 years from now. Okay. You find it difficult to take a decision, right? Because you know the importance of time value of money. That is why it is difficult to take a decision. Okay, let us do it with an Excel function. Okay, here, for the first case, it is clear 8,000 is having a value of 800 is having a value of 800 only. You need not find the present value or future value. Okay, let us take the second case. What is the second case? $1,000 3 years from now, right? Okay, $1,000 3 years from now is expressed in which terms? 1,000 is present or future? 1,000 is present value or future value? Present. Sorry, 1,000 you are getting after 3 years only, right? 1,000 rupees you are expected to.
Future value.
Yeah, this is expressed in terms of future value. So that because you have to compare it with $800 today, right? You have to compare it with $800 today, and 1,000 is in future terms. Okay, so let us convert 1,000 to present value. Okay, let us see the present value of $1,000. Okay, let us do it in Excel. Future here, 1,000 is in future terms. 1,000 is a future value. And how many years are there involved here? 3 years, right? NPER. Now, number of periods is 3. And the interest rate is 10%, right? And what will be the present value? I'll show you the Excel function. This is the Excel function. Okay, like we did for future value, we can do it in Excel. If you just enter equal to, then PV, enter PV, then this formula will appear. You just double click on that. Then what you have to do, bracket is automatically opened there. Then enter the rate. You just select the rate. How much is the rate? 10%, right? Then comma, number of periods, 3 years. Then put a comma there. Then here also PMT is 0. Why? PMT is applicable only for annuity, right? PMT is applicable only for annuity. This is also a single investment, lump sum investment. Okay, so that PMT is 0 here. Then put a comma. Then what do you have to do? Next, you have to select future value. Okay, I told you, no, whatever you have to convert must be in minus, right? You put a minus symbol before that. Then you select future value. Then put a comma. Then what is type here? Here type is 0. Then close the bracket, enter it. How much you got? 751 only. Okay, what is the future value? Okay, you are receiving 1,000 rupees 3 years later, and the expected interest rate is 10%. Then what is the value of that now? Present value is 751. Then you compare it with the first stream of cash flow, 800. Which one will you prefer? 800 today or 1,000 when if you are receiving 1,000 rupees or $1,000 3 years later, it has a worth of 751 only. Which one will you prefer? Which one will you prefer?
800.
800 today, right? Because it is more worth here. Then let us go to the third case. What is the third option? 2,000 10 years from now. And 2,000 is expressed in which terms? 2,000 is in future terms, right? Let us see the present value of 2000 after 10 years, right? Okay, we can use the same procedure. Present value of single cash flow. Okay, you are expected to receive 2000 10 years later, and the expected rate of interest is 10%. Then let us see the value. Okay, I'll show you the calculation. Just enter equal to, then enter. We are going to find out present value, right? You enter PV, then double click here. Then first you have to click on the interest rate. Then put a comma. What is the number of period? 10. Select that cell. Then put a comma here. Then PMT is 0 here. This is a lump sum payment, not an annuity. Then again comma. Then we want to convert 2000 to present value, right? Whatever we want to convert should be in minus. Enter minus symbol. Then click on 2000. Put a comma. Then again type is also 0, right? Close the bracket and enter. What is the value? What is the value of 2000 getting after 10 years? How much it worth? It worth only 771. Then compare it with the first cash flow. Okay. You will get 800 today. That is one of the options. Or if you receive 1000 3 years from now, what is the worth of that? It is having a worth of 751. And what is the third case? If you receive 2000 10 years from now, what is the worth? It is only having a worth of 771, right? It's better than the second option, right? Then, yeah, let us go to the last option. 3000 20 years from now. Okay, let us see the present value of that. 3000 is in future term, so that we want to convert that to present value. Let us go to the fourth case. How much is the future value? Future value is 3000, and you will get that 3000 only at the end of 20th year, right? And the expected interest rate is 10%. I'll enter the formula here. Equal to present value PV. Double click here. Excuse me. Then select the rate. How much is the rate? Interest rate is 10%. Put a comma. Then select the number of years. Again, comma. PMT is 0 here. Comma. Then we want to convert 3000, right? 3000 to present value. So that put a minus symbol there. Then select 3000. Put a comma. Then again 0. Close the bracket. Then enter it. Sorry, I was wrong bracket option. Then enter it. Okay, how much it worth? 3000 at the end of 20th year is having a worth of 445 only. Okay, then and now let us compare these cash flows. Okay, whenever you get an option like this, if by simply looking into this, are you able to take a decision? 800 today, 1000 3 years from now, 2000 10 years from now, or 3000 20 years from now. Okay, it's difficult to take a decision, right? Okay, here we can apply the concept of time value of money, and we have to compare either it in future terms or it in present terms. But in most of the cases, we consider the present value. We will convert future value to present value. Okay, 800 today is worth 800, and 1000 3 years from now is having a worth of 751, and 2000 10 years later is having a worth of 771, and 3,000 at the end of 20th year is having a worth of 445. Which now which one will you choose? Which option is better?
First one.
First one, 800 today, right? Okay. I hope you got the application of time value of money. Okay. Yeah, this is a comparison chart. 800 today, 751 3 years from now, 771 10 years from now, and 445 20 years from now. Then okay, this can be applied in every investment decision, right? Okay, wherever the investment decision is for a long term, time value of money is applicable. And you want to see how we can see the time value of money of an annuity.
Yes.
Yeah, let us consider uh, future value of an annuity and present value of an annuity. I hope you got the difference between the lump sum payment and annuity payment. What is lump sum payment? Lump sum payment means one-time investment. We are investing for once, and usually it is a big amount. And annuity means, I'll give you an example for annuity. Okay, you have taken a loan. You have taken a loan, and you will be paying it in equal installments. What do you call that? EMI, equated monthly installments, right? That's an example of EMI. Sorry, annuity. EMI is an example of annuity, and that is an outflow. If you take a loan, you have to pay it back, right? That is an example of annuity outflow. Then annuity can be with respect to an inflow of also. Okay, you can have an income as annuity. Can you give examples for that? You have invested in fixed deposit. In a bank, you have invested your amount as fixed deposit, and you may receive interest every year. That is an example of annuity inflow. I hope it is clear. Annuity can be an equal payment, equal cash flow, either inflow or outflow of equal amount for a certain period of years. Okay, here, let us see how we can find out the future value of an annuity. After that, we will go to the calculation of present value of annuity. Okay, hope you can see the screen. Hope it is visible. Okay, here you can
Yes.
see a table. Okay, let us see future value of annuity. Here, what are inputs you require? Present value is given as. Okay, here we are going to find out future value. Here, present value is entered as 0 because we have PMT here, equal payments. 5,000. Here you are making a payment of 5,000 annually or monthly or whatever it is, and expected interest rate is 6%, and you are making the investment for 4 years. Let us see the future value of 5,000. Okay, if you invest 5,000 for every year for 4 years at the rate of 6%, what will be the value, future value? This is the formula. Okay, I'll show you the Excel function. You put enter equal to, then we are going to find out future value, right? FV, then double click here. Then first you have to select the rate. How much is the rate? 6%. Click here, put a comma, then number of years, 4 years, right? Then again put a comma here. Then what do you have to select here? In the earlier case, PMT we considered as 0. Now it is not 0, right? It is 5,000. Then put a comma. What is PV? PV is 0, right? PV is 0. Then again, type is also 0. I have made a mistake here. Can anyone identify that? In the formula, there is a mistake.
Minus. I've had minus.
Yeah, minus. Because what you want to convert here? We want to convert 5,000. 5,000 to future value. Okay, what is 5,000 here? Minus C3, right? 5,000 is in the cell C3, right? Yeah, I'll put a minus. Then I'm going to close this or close the bracket and end. What is the future value? If you make a payment of 5,000 every year for 4 years at the rate of 6%, you will have a future value of 21,873. I hope it is clear. Then, similarly, we can find out the present value. Present value of annuity. I'll go to that sheet. Present value of annuity. Okay, here, PMT 7,000. And you are expected to receive 7,000 for 6 years at the rate of 8%. And let us see the present value. Okay, you are
700.
expected.
It's
Can you
not
click?
7,000. It's
You,
700 or 7,000.
it's 700.
700.
700. 700. We are converting. We are trying to convert that to present value. Okay, I'll type here equal to. We are going to find out present value, right? Present value. Double click here. Select the rate. How much is the rate? 8%. Put a comma. Then number of years, 6 years. Comma. Then PMT, you can select. Actually, we want to convert this 700. That's why put a minus symbol there. Then click here. A comma. Then here future value is 0. Type is also 0. 2 zeros.
0, comma 0.
Yeah. Comma 0. Then let us close it and enter it. Okay, this is having a value of 3,236. I hope it is clear.
Sorry, ma'am, payment is payment monthly payment?
No, yeah, monthly or yearly. Yearly. So it is a yearly payment. You are getting 700 for 6 years. You are expecting to receive 700 for 6 years. Every year you will get 700. And the expected rate of interest is 8%.
8%.
Then what is the present value? Because the first year's 700 you will be receiving at the end of the first year. Second year's 700 you will be receiving at the end of the second year. Third years at the end of the third year. And the first year 700, you cannot compare with the third year 700. Why? Is that
Rate of
comparable?
interest.
Because there are inflation is happening, right? Devaluation is there. 700 now and 700 3 years later is not having the same value. That is why we are trying to convert all these series, all these streams of cash flows into present value. Whenever you convert these 700, an inflow of 700 for 6 years, when you convert that to present value, it is having a worth of 3,236. That is what we did here. Okay, is it okay? Then there are a lot of applications for time value of money. Yeah. I'll show you one more calculation. Have you heard of sinking fund? Sinking fund.
No.
Idea? No. Sinking fund means, okay, you want to accumulate. You want to accumulate a particular amount after an year or 2 years, something like that. Okay, for example, after an year, you are planning to purchase an asset worth of 1 lakh. 1 lakh worth asset you want to purchase. And for that, you are planning to accumulate equal amount every year. And you want to know how much you have to accumulate so that after an year, this will accumulate to 1 lakh. In that case, you can apply this concept, sinking fund. Okay, and this is a case of annuity. Why? Because you want to make an investment of equal amount every month so that it can accumulate to 1 lakh after an year. Okay, this is a case of annuity. Is that clear?
Yes,
Here,
ma'am.
let us do an example. In this case, we want to have 21,873. Okay, we want to settle an amount of 21,873, and this will happen after 4 years. At the end of the 4th year, you want to make a settlement of 21,873. For this, you can plan now itself. You can plan, and 4 years you can make an equal payment, equal investment you can make so that it will accumulate to 21,873 at the rate of 6%. Okay, let us see this. This is a case of annuity, and here you are going to find out PMT. In the previous cases, we were doing either FV, future value, or present value. But now, here we are going to find out PMT. PMT is what? Annuity amount, right? You want to accumulate 21,873 at the end of 4th year. And you want to know how much you have to accumulate every year till the end of 4th year. That is why the formula is different here. Enter equal to, then type PMT. PMT is the annuity amount, right? Yeah, when you double click here, the formula appears. Okay, what do you have to do? You have to select the rate here, put a comma, then number of years. Here it is 4 years, right? Then PV. How much is PV here? PV
0.
0. Comma.
Zero.
Yeah. Then what you want to convert? Actually, we want to convert a future value of 21,873, right? And
Yes.
since we want to convert this, put a minus symbol here, then select. Then comma. What is next? Type, right? Here, type is 0. 0, then close the bracket. What does this mean? 4999. What is that? If you set aside 499 every year till 4th year, that will be accumulated to 21,873. Hope you got the concept. Sinking fund. This is what is known as sinking fund. You want to accumulate a particular amount, and you are interested to make an equal investment. And this is how you can find out that amount, how much you have to invest every year so that it will accumulate to 21,873. Is that clear? This is another application. Then,
Clear.
yeah, okay.
Ma'am,
Then,
actually, we have invested for this amount to.
yeah, this 49. If you invest 49, I'll write here. If you invest 499 for 4 years, Okay, 499 first year.
Invest this amount.
If you invest 499 first year, second year as well as third year. If you repeat this for 4 years, it will accumulate to, at the end of the fourth year, you will have an amount of 21,873. That is what a sinking fund. You want to make a payment of 21,873 at the end of the fourth year. And for that,
That
you are
is with the
planning to make
interest.
an equal. Yeah. Can you please repeat? What is your doubt?
Time.
Is there any doubt? Okay. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll tell you one more application. Let us put that that. Capital recovery. Yeah, this is another application of time value of money. Capital recovery means you have invested 10,000. 10,000 you have invested or you have spent. You have spent 10,000 now. And you want to know, and it is for 4 years. Your investment is for, or your spending is for 4 years. The benefit you are expecting for 4 years. And you want to know how much money you require as an equal payment so that it will be equal to 10,000. Or I'll tell you in another way. To get your 10,000 back, you invested 10,000 as a lump sum amount, and to get it back within 4 years, how much you should receive every year? Okay. How will you find out this? This is also a case of annuity, and I'll show you the calculation. Equal to, when you want to find annuity, what is the formula? PMT, right? PMT. Click here, then select rate. Here, the expected rate of return is 10%. You select that. The number of years, 4 years. Then, what is the present value here? 10,000, right? You are making a payment or you are investing 10,000 now, and 10,000 now means that is in present terms. Okay, this is the present value, and this is what you want to convert to PMT. This present value you want to convert to PMT. That is why put a minus symbol here, then select, put a comma, then you select future value. Future value is 0. Here it is 0. Then type is also 0. Close the bracket, enter. Okay, what does this 3154 indicates, or what does this tells you? What does 3154 tells you? Can anyone say? Okay, if you receive 3154 for 4 years, that will be equal to your investment of 10,000. Or let us explain it in another way. You have invested 10,000 as fixed deposit. You have invested 10,000 as fixed deposit in a bank for 4 years. And in order to recover your investment, how much you should receive every year? How much you should receive every year so that it will be equal to your investment. And there is an appreciation also. What is the appreciation expected here?
10%.
10%. I hope this is clear. This is a case of capital recovery. This is also an application of time value of money. Okay, which all things we have discussed today. We discussed the practical application of time value of money. What is time value of money? Time value of money is nothing but the rational individuals believe that a rupee earned today is worthier than a rupee earned tomorrow, because we have value, we consider value for money, and we fear the chances of risk as well as inflation. That is why we all prefer, as rational investors, we all prefer to have earlier consumption. That is why we compare all the future cash flows into present terms. And there are two types of calculations, or there are two techniques with respect to time value of money, the compounding and discounting. Compounding is a process of converting present value to future value, and discounting is a process of converting future value to present value. All these calculations we can do in 3 ways. What are the 3 ways? One way is using the formula, right? You know the formula, F is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. And what is P? P is equal to F divided by 1 plus K raised to N. Okay, whenever we refer to discounting, R is replaced with K, right? Then, or you can use the Excel function. Okay, and which all functions we have explained? We have done the calculation of future value. We have done the calculation of present value, and the capital recovery function, as well as sinking fund, right? And we also calculated present value of annuity and future value of annuity. Hope it is clear. Any doubt regarding today's discussion? Any doubt?
What is lump sum mean?
Lump sum means if you are making a single investment, single payment. Okay. For example, you are making an FD, fixed deposit. Okay, that is a one-time payment, right? You are making your payment only once. But in the case of SIP, you know what is SIP? Systematic investment plans, right? SIP means you are making an equal amount of payment every year or every month. That is annuity. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Then hope the time is
Hello, madam. Okay.
Yes. Yes, please.
Now here, now for the capital recovery, here this 3,150 for the
Yes.
annually we are getting. After 4 years, if we calculate it, comes to
That
12,000.
will be equal to 10,000. If you receive 3,154 every year for 4 years, that will be equal to 10,000 at the rate of 10% interest. So that by within 4 years, you can recover your investment with an appreciation of 10%. That is what is
Yes,
capital
with
recovery.
appreciation.
With an appreciation, because we are considering interest rate, right? 10%.
Yes, 10%.
Yes. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Then hope you had some learning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And shall we wind up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. I'll share it to your institution. I'll give this to your institution so that they will give it to you. Okay. This Excel sheet.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think it is difficult to share it through chat box. I'll do it later. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am.